Hello, welcome, gamers. We're back again. It is it's Friday, as you can see right here on the bottom right. It is in fact, it's actually not 5:06 p.m. I think this clock is actually 1 minute faster than what it's supposed to be. I feel like every single time I try to sync the time, it just drifts. Look at this. We're syncing now, and now. Okay, now it actually is 5:06 p.m., but at the time it wasn't. Anyway, this is today's art. It is me as some kind of oval. An oval that perhaps fits right over here. It's right there. Literally made for me. What is this place, you may ask? Good question. This place is... Right, we already know. It's Australia. Well, if you, yeah, this football head. Remember that show? And why was his head like that? I don't even know. Anyway, welcome Duck, welcome Stream Elements, welcome A Pullen, welcome Stanley, Potato, Slime Molder, and there's everyone. Literally everyone. We're gonna do another game development stream. I don't think I changed too much since last time, but we'll take a look. I can't even talk, man. Okay, Godot. We're gonna open up Godot. I'm gonna look through my changelog to see what I've changed, and then I will describe to you, and then you'll be like, "Whoa, what the? He changed a bunch of stuff. How does he do that? How is he changing things?" Okay, we're attaching to Tmux. And then what? And then we obviously gotta do git log, right? You have to. Imagine not checking your logs. Okay, what did I do last time? Last time we streamed this was Monday. We added a crate with a mushroom on it. We added some rooms with the mushroom crate. Okay, so this was after the stream was over. I've added some minor things. A ladder climbing cooldown. Okay, let me show you what this means specifically. So if you'll remember, it used to be that if you hold the up button while on a ladder, and then you also press like right or left or whatever, you'll end up like, you know, you'll be on the ladder and then you'll like kind of like fall off the ladder and then you can grab it immediately. I've changed it so that if you fall off the ladder, you cannot grab it immediately. You can't just hold up and right and then you'll have this animation that's, well, okay, wait. like this. Except you used to be able to do it like while on the ladder like this. That's no longer possible. That should prevent some behavior. Add more jumping rooms. What did I mean by this? Good question. I'm not sure. Add more jumping rooms. Can we look through to see what I've changed? More jumping rooms. What did they mean by this? So we added these. Oh, did I do this one last time? I don't think I did. Okay, let me play through the game from the very beginning, and then you can be like, wait a second, this thing's new. We do this in every stream. Okay, so we take the player. And then we move the player to the starting location. And then we reset all the properties. So that people that just show up, they can be like, what is this game about? And then they can watch this specific playthrough. And it'll be like, whoa, what the? It's crazy. How does he do it? All right, start off the game, you go over here. You cannot jump, right? You cannot jump. Oh, one other thing I changed was the mushroom hitbox. I made it slightly smaller because I noticed if you have a mushroom that's on a crate and then you push the mushroom crate off a thing, if you continue to hold the direction that you're pushing, it will actually bounce you. Because as the crate is falling down, the mushroom that's on top of it collides with your character. And so I noticed if I change the radius to be 1 smaller, that would not happen. So that is something I did yesterday. This, you know, this puzzle, classic puzzle, everyone knows the solution. Everyone has seen this. And this is a room we added last time. Okay, it's quite simple actually. It's quite satisfying. That bounce right there, that was nice. Okay, this is the room that we were trying to brainstorm last time, right? So last time we had a thing here where the goal was like you push this thing over here, you go up here, you bounce, and then like you try to push this one back onto this. Welcome back, yo, web fishing. Okay, you push this thing onto this, and then we had like a bonus thing up here, right? That thing is no longer there because we found that it's too complicated. Players would get confused. They'd be like, what is this about? I don't even understand. Okay, so you push this one here, and then you go up, and then you push this one on top of this one, right? And then this is the one we push this. Let me reset this so you can all understand. The previous thing that I had was if you push that mushroom crate directly down, it would bounce you. I don't want that. I've removed that ability. So now if you hold right, it does not bounce you. Okay, but then now I'm stuck. I should not have done that. It's simply me demonstrating what not to do, in case you were wondering. In case any players of this game, they're like, I would like to know what to do. Just don't do that. Okay, now you go this way. And you're bouncing, and then you push this one, right? And then you jump on this one, and then you go up. Okay, this room was here last time. You go here, you jump on the mushrooms, you do all this stuff. And you wait for this platform, right? This platform's right here, and then you go up. And then once you go up, you then fall onto these, right? A lot of this is very similar. I think I'll just move the character to where the new stuff is. Let's say, okay, where did I add some new rooms? So you go up here, and then, okay, then you're in this room. And then you're in this room, and then this room, and then, oh, I changed this room. This room, if you remember last time, it was, we had just 2 mushrooms. I've determined that it might be cool if this one had some pushable mushroom crates. So we change the character's ability. I go to can jump is true. So now you go this way, right? You jump on the spikes and then it kills you. You don't want that. You want to jump over the mushroom like that. I think maybe that's a bit too it's a bit too specific. Welcome, Bearlog. Came to run, used water time. No, that's in 47 minutes. You should know this by now. I've told you several times. It's definitely at the start of every hour. But now you know. Okay, I feel like maybe this one is too tricky. You think this is too tricky? If a gamer is able to make this jump? Because like you gotta jump up. Oh wait, oh that's the point. You don't jump, you just push it. I already forgot what I was trying to do. You can just push it. Oh, look at that. That's a good question though. I should get some playtesting. Because I don't know if people are going to try to jump over this, or if they can realize that they can push. That is a question. Welcome, Hemp. Good afternoon, can't watch today. Hope you enjoy godotting. Thank you. Hope you have a good day, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, then you bounce on this one, right? So this is new. This is different from last time. Then you got this one, right? This one, we had this last time. You can't go this way. You might try to go that way, but you can't. You gotta go to the left. And then you climb up. And then this room is the same as last time. Alright, so what is some new rooms? Let's see, we go this way and edit this one. Does anyone remember if I had this room? I don't think I had this room last time. I think these 2 rooms are actually new. So let me show you these ones. So last time, you go through this one, you go up here, and then you fall down this one, right? And then you will end up in this room. This room is new. You got the horizontal block mushrooms. So this one, you gotta push this block into the spikes, and then that gives you a platform. You can then jump on that crate. And then you fall down. Okay, this room is also new. This will be the first room that has the horizontal spike platforms, right? So you do this, you bounce on that one. You gotta be quick. You gotta jump so you don't die from the spikes. You gotta time your climbing, right? Okay, and then this stuff is the same. We've seen this. The ice cream truck is outside. Welcome, Namington. And then we do this stuff. I think this is the same as last time. This one I believe is also the same. You go this way. Welcome, Panis. This one, I think this one's the same. This one also is the same. This one as well. Oh, I've added, okay, this one's new. Can you get us ice cream? No. I would have to go outside, and I think that is too much effort. Because I'm streaming. Welcome, Namington. Do we have new block pushing puzzles? Yes. Yes, I do. There's one new block pushing puzzle. This one though, okay, this room is new. If you remember last time, we had we just had spikes in this room. I was like, you can come back to this room later, right? But this time I was like, okay, what if instead of doing that, I do this? Also, Vac, shouldn't you be sleeping? You've been streaming for like 12 hours? I don't even know. Literally, I welcome you twice. Oh, frick. Can't believe this. Okay, so this room is new. Okay, this is a room where you gotta push the platforms. This is the one that convinced me to make the mushroom hitbox a bit smaller. So you go here, right? You jump, and then you... Oh, I don't have the ability. I didn't have the ability. Okay, so you gotta add abilities. You may wall fix. You can't be watching this stream. You gotta be sleeping. What about tomorrow? Okay, then you climb on this. And then note if you press left while pushing this, you don't fall off. Right, then you gotta like go on this one. And then you can go onto this platform. And you push this thing off, and then once you do that, you grab this one. And then you continue to go. And then this stuff is the same, right? This is the same, you get the ability. And then you go through this room, you go through this room. This room is the same, and then you go down here. And then this room is new. Okay, this room was not here last time. So, okay, this one. This one, you might look at this and be like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do here? I don't even know. Climb this one. If you try to climb this one, you'll die. You will jump into the spikes, right? You can't have that. And you're like, okay, what else can I possibly do, right? If I can't go that way, well, surely I go this way, right? And then you push this one. Okay, this will give you the leverage to jump onto this platform. And then once you've done that, okay, that's not supposed to happen. Whatever that was, not supposed to happen. Okay, then you push this down, right? I think this was the puzzle that Xtag suggested. I think I removed the image, but he had a thing where you got to push this guy onto one of these guys. So you do this, right? You do this one, and then once you have the mushroom on the mushroom, then it gives you enough leverage, enough vertical distance that you can jump up, right? And that is the extent of what we have. So really all I've done is I've added, what did I add? I've added this room, and then I added these two rooms. I think so far for every power-up we have like 12 to 13 rooms between this and when you get the next power-up. So I think for this one, we will need to add perhaps, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 rooms. We need to have like 7 more of these rooms. Or 8. And then we can have the new ability. Okay. So let's see. This is today's stream. It's us determining what rooms to add. And that's the hard part. Designing things to add. Hopefully it's more important to sleep. Sorry, more important than sleep. Imagine sleeping. The quality of a platformer is directly proportional to how many rooms it has. Is that true? There's some platformers that have like 1 room. Just one big open world. I could do that. What if this was all just one room? It's getting pretty big though. I feel like, you know, inevitable scope creep in games. I just intended this to be like, you know, like a small example project, and now it's like a big thing. It's like its own, you know, you got the individual sections, you got looping back on each other. Welcome, Carabel. It's too much. There's too much stuff going on, right? Okay. So you are here. Okay, once you're here, we're gonna update the checkpoints. Because I did not add a checkpoint. Should be in fact up here. Also, I learned that you can lock the layers. I was considering this. I was like, it doesn't make sense that sometimes I just accidentally move things around, right? And then what? But now I've learned that you can lock things, and then if you try to move it around, it'll be like, you can't do that. You can't be moving this stuff. So that'll probably save me hours of time figuring out why things are not moving. Okay, it is in fact classic Carabel. A well-established viewer of the channel. We have many channels in common. I see him in like at least 4 different streams of other channels that I watch. Like, how did that happen? This guy's following me? It's more like I'm following him. I actually don't know. Okay, so we have okay, checkpoints. We'll have these ones. These will be added. It's a genius feature, right? And like, you can lock them, but you can still like draw stuff on them. And I think that is quite cool. That is in fact the creepy side. Imagine stalking. It's crazy. You never do that. It's cringe. Alright, so this stuff is here. This stuff is all here. You should extend this. The reason why I extend this, even though you can't possibly be in this region, is because I have logic that will join them together. It'll find checkpoint areas that are contiguous to each other, and then it will create one hitbox. I think that would be kind of nice. Alright, so we gotta decide what we're doing today. What are we adding? There's also this room. There's nothing really in this room. We'll come back to it later, perhaps. And then there's also nothing here. Alright, so what are some, does anyone have ideas for rooms that involve climbing challenges? Because that is the current state of our game right now, is that the player can now climb things. They can now climb. There needs to be climbing, but I feel like I can't really think of anything like besides these, right? The ones that we have so far. You jump between these, and then you go to this one. You gotta like dodge these ones. And then this one. But then it's like, what else can you possibly add? There should be a gap in the wall you can climb that's filled by pushing a crate. Jumping from ladder to ladder. Did I welcome Ranmu? Were you here? Were you here at the beginning? Hold on, no, I don't think you were here. Welcome. There should be a gap in the wall you climb that's filled by pushing a crate. Yeah, but then it's kind of like, if you have a gap in the wall that can be filled by a crate, couldn't you just like jump like through it? Like, let's say you had like a gap in the wall. It's like this, right? Could you not? You could just jump from here to there. Giant goth girl that you have to... No, I don't know what made you think of it. That is not a thing that I will be adding to this game. Right, so you got this guy. This guy. But you could just go from here and then jump, right? You would not need to push. Would there be maybe something... Oh, what if it was like... There was like spikes over here, so then you would have to like... Okay, no, I know. What if it was like... You have to jump from here, and then there's like another wall over here, right? But then, you know, you would have to climb up here, because then there's spikes. There's going to be spikes on this, right? So you could not simply just jump from here to here. You would then need a crate. You would need to go over here, push the crate over. Wait, but then you could just, hold on, but then you could just walk up. Oh no, there could be spikes. That's the thing. There could be spikes. Oh, now you're thinking. There could be spikes in the way. Okay, what if like you could not go on this? Because I was like, you could just stand on this and then jump up, right? But if there's a crate here, and then you push it onto this one, spikes and crates, exactly. You call this game Spikes and Crates, the game known as Spikes and Crates. So now you would have to push this one, right? You would have to like go up here. Then you can't go. Then you gotta like go down and then climb up. And then you would push this one. Oh, look at that. Genius. Genius game design. You would have to go this way. And maybe there's like a thing over here. Okay, but then we gotta move everything over though. Because everything is too far moved. That's not what I meant to do. So let's say, for example, that we do this. And then we move all of these things. This one goes here. And then we have these ones. Right? And then what? Yes, and then you can go up that way. Alright, so we're gonna play through this. It's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be like this. Okay, you go up here, and you're like, oh, how do I do? Wait, you could just do this though. Wait, I need it to be in a way that you can't just do that. What if you simply deleted these? Is that even doable? Like, whoops. Spikes and crates, exactly. Okay, so now you can't jump from there to there. You would have to go up here, right? And then you can push this one. But then what if you push it too far then? Then what? I guess you could, oh, you could just do that. Oh, oh shoot, okay, that's good. Good, you know, good collaborative thinking. You can now jump onto the crate and then continue to go up. Holy frick, we've done it. Alright, so this is a new level design idea. Crate into platform, and then it allows you to go up. Interesting. Thank you. Who suggested that? Was that Panis? Thank you for suggesting this. Okay, well that's good. Now we have to design a level around it. Alright, so let's say, for example, this thing could be maybe it's like over here, right? It could be over here, or maybe like in the middle of the room. Like this, right? There's spikes, and then it doesn't have to be up that high. It could be like maybe like over here. And then you have this one, and then you got like this platform over here. All right. And then you have the hazards. Gotta move all the hazards over. Okay, so that's there. And then this one is here. Okay, good setup. And then what? And then perhaps maybe what you gotta do is you gotta have, maybe there's like, you know, there's like a little cave over here, right? And then your goal is to go up this way. At the moment, there's nothing there, right? You gotta push this thing over, and then you can jump onto this one, and then what? And then you can jump from here to there, and then up here. And then what? Is that the entire level? Just one of these? There's got to be more. Okay, what if the other one? What if after that point there is a spikes? What if there were more spikes? You considered adding more spikes? Jump here, go up, and then there could be another crate. You could then maybe, perhaps, maybe there's like a mushroom crate, a crate with a mushroom on it, and then you push it off the cliff, and then it falls down, and then there's like a little room right here, and then what you gotta do, you push the crate off, it's there, and then you gotta push the crate to the left a little bit, right? And then there's, you know, spikes. Obviously there's spikes. Spikes over here. It's not how it works. It's gotta go like this. Why is this not working? It's like this. Mushroom crate, exactly. Mushroom crate. Mushroom crate. Chicken jockey, guys. Mushroom crate. Okay, we got the mushroom crate. Welcome, Hoppy Hollow. I was thinking about Butter Dog. Dog with the butter on him. Butter on the dog. It's Karagi. It's Karagi _ channel. Alright, I don't think that jump is high enough though. So here's the thing. You go up here, and then you do this. And then you push this over. You go over here, and then you jump. And then, oh, then you can do that, and then you push this thing off. And then what you gotta do is you gotta push this into, but not directly into the spikes, but just, you know, like this. Okay, that's makeable. I think that is totally, you know, that's a reasonable challenge for this room. I think that seems quite nice. Alright, that's good. That's a good room. Good room that we, okay, then you fall into the spikes and die. Alright, so that's good. It feels a bit empty though. There's like nothing over here. I also kind of feel like there's like not that much room to push this crate, right? We should add a little bit more like this. But then then you don't have enough room for this stuff. So maybe we extend this one by 2. And then you do this. Right, so then what you gotta do, you fall down, you move to the left, and then you push the crate. Okay, the crate is here, then you do this. You push this down, and you go over there, everything's working. But then it's like, what if you want to go back across though? That's the thing. What if you go to the room on the left, and then later you're like, oh, I would like to go back, right? You can't really do that. Right, because then you would be here, right? Wait, can you go back? Hold on. I feel like it'd be kind of tricky. So if you were here... No, actually, no, you can make it back. It's fine. Actually, that's totally fine. Actually, totally makeable. Okay, we have the foreground. We could extend this like a little bit. Extend this over here. Okay, so that should be a lot more makeable. It'd be like this. I think that's good. And then you fall down. But then you can retry. You can simply just throw yourself into the spikes and retry. Oh, what if I add like a secret? What if you go back and then you push this one over here? And then oh, there could be like something over, oh, that's why, okay, I see. Here's what I could do. There could be like a clover over here, maybe, so that maybe you normally would not be able to go there, but then if you push a mushroom down, but then how would you then move it over there? You push it down, it falls down over here, But then you could only push it to the left. There's not enough room on this side to go over there. So then what? Then I guess there's no real reason to have this here, right? This could just be open because like they would go over here and there's no reason. So okay, maybe that's fine. Maybe this is totally okay. It'll be like this. And then so they can then what they can then do is they fall down, they go up this way, push the crate over here, and then they can push this one down. And then instead of pushing it this way, they'll push it over to the right. No, but then that's too easy though. I want it to be like, they would have to like go here and then they would have to go back to this room to do it. Welcome Hypnotic Fox. Hope your Friday is going well. Okay, so, like for them to push this one over here and then it falls down. We need some way for them to like bypass this one, right? And go to the left. I guess I could just like, just do this. I guess I could just do that. And then I could do this. Right, is that totally reasonable? I think that's reasonable. And then, okay, and then over here, we have a one-way platform, right? Like right over here. And then up here, there is a clover, a collectible item. And then to avoid the player from just going there normally, you guessed it, spikes. Gotta have spikes. Right, but then they could just fall down from here. Unless I did this. Unless I did this. So now they can't normally go up there. They would have to go there from pushing the crate over. I think that is reasonable, perhaps. Alright, so let's go through how this would work. Also, hold on, I should add the checkpoints. I'm always forgetting to add those. Alright, so we have this one here. Okay, the checkpoints, we got this one. You gotta extend the checkpoint from here. Alright, how you do this one is you gotta go down, right? And then you climb up here, and you push this one, and then suddenly... Oh, but the reason for doing that was that you can climb up. Wait a second, okay. So it doesn't work. You would need to add an opening here. Maybe that's enough? Is that even enough? You go here, you push this one over. Right? Oh, what the... Okay, so now that that is there, you can then make your own platform, right? And then you can push this one back. Oh, but then, oh dude, what about this? Are the tile set painting tools native to Godot or is that a plugin? It's both. Welcome, Colonel Panic. That's a nice name. The built-in thing in Godot is tile map. This one is for your usual tile maps. I'm using a plugin for terrain. This is the what's this one called? The Better Terrain plugin. The reason why I'm using this one, which is not the default one, is that it allows for decorations. There's a good video explaining what this is. But you know, if you have a regular tile set, you could use this with just a regular built-in one. But there are some things that you could do better. Also, welcome Stove God, lurking while I finish up work. Hope you have a good day at work. Really needs to learn Godot as a recovering Unityer. Yeah, I've never learned Unity, but I'm liking Godot. It's pretty good, you know. Welcome Nutritious. Okay, so hold on. how would you do this? You would go here, right? But then if you push the thing onto there, it would not work. So then what? So that's why you have to go back. Well, you could also just do, there's no reason to do this then. There's no, hold on. There's no point in this thing even being here. Because you could just make that jump. Okay, so what if I made this lower? You could still make that jump though, right? You could still jump from here to there. I don't know. Okay, so you go down here. You go down here. And then you go up. And then you do this. And then... Okay, then you go... Okay, can we make this jump? This fell off. Okay, I'm going to test this by simply moving the player here. Instead of replaying this entire level, I just move the player. Alright, can we make this jump? Is this makeable? I did not even jump. Okay, that is makeable. I could make this one, this platform, extend slightly less this way. Maybe this is good. So this is not makeable, right? This surely this is not makeable. That is not makeable. Okay, so then you have to push this thing down. And then you can go this way, right? Okay, then you can make that. And then, if you want to get the clover, you go back. Wait. Oh, but then the point of doing that was that you can climb up. Then you can't even... Okay, I see what the issue is. But then you can't do that anymore. Really makes you think. Really makes you ponder life. So how do we make it so you can go from here? Maybe, what about... What if there was a one-way platform from here to there? And then you can climb up to go back. But then, like, once you get that, it's kind of annoying to go back, right? You would have to do all that stuff again. Maybe it's fine. Okay, so we have ladders. Oh, also, okay. The reason why this one is kind of nice, the reason why decorations are nice in the Better Terrain plugin is that look at how this ladder has 3 parts. Right, you got the middle part, you got the left part, you got the right part. This plugin allows you to just put the middle one, and the ones on the right and left get added as decorations. I think that is convenient. You could just remove the bottom of the middle wall. Yeah, but then I'm like, the reason why I added this back was because I wanted the player to have to backtrack to do it. Because if I remove the bottom of this, they could, when they did this room the first time, I guess maybe it's fine. Maybe it's totally fine. Because, like, you know, if they do this the first time, they could push this one down, and they could simply push this one over this way. When I want them to have to go to this room and then go back, because, you know, you require some thinking, you know, thinking skills. Maybe it's fine. Maybe you push this one down, and then they would have to die though, because they can't. Actually, no, maybe it's fine. I don't know. I think maybe this is fine. I think this is totally okay. I'll try doing this. Alright, we have a ladder going up. And then maybe like from there, right? Perhaps from there. So now, when we want to go back, okay, let me just do this room the normal way. People climb out of the left pit on the right wall. Also helps if they miss pushing. You know, people climb out the left pit on the right wall. Oh, maybe like have an opening here. I think that could work. Wait. You climb from here. Then they could just go. Oh, right, because then they can't push this thing. Okay, I see. Oh, that's a good idea. I think that would work. Okay, so you could remove this wall. And that would allow you to climb back. Okay, so I don't need this then. I also don't need this ladder. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so then, okay, you do this from the normal way, right? You push this thing over, and then you go to the left. And then once you've done, whoops, you don't do that. Okay, what if I just, instead of replaying the level, I simply just played it as if I'd done the thing that I was going to do? Go over here. All right, then you go back, right? You're in this room, you go back. Oh, but then how are you supposed to, how are you gonna get to that? Oh, the point of okay, hold on. The point of doing that was to do this. But then how are you supposed to go up? I could add maybe a, so you can't climb all the way back to the top platform with the bouncy box. You can't climb all the way back to the top platform. You can, but then what I want the player to do is I want them to push this one over this way to get this thing. Right, because the first time you go through this room, you just do it normally, right? But then this one, then you can do this thing. But then now you can't go up this way. And the reason why I need this overhang is so that when this guy gets pushed down, you have room to push it to the left. Maybe I can just, I can just add an overhang, right? I could simply, all I have to do is add a thing like this, right? I think that should give you enough room to push it and also to climb up. Okay, right. Yes, that is enough room to climb up. You can also then go back up here. Let me just test to make sure. Wait, that is not enough room. There's not enough room to push that. I could perhaps add, what if it was like, I guess I could do this. I could do this. Make the overhang a semi-solid. Oh, that is true. Wait. But then, no, because then you can't climb it. The point of making this solid is so that you can climb it to go back up. Oh wait, no, I understand. No, I get what you mean. Because then you can climb up here and then push it down. Okay, no, that makes sense. That also adds one more challenge for the player to overcome. Okay, that's a good one. One-way platform here. Right, because then it pushes down, and then they have to then, I guess, no, then they could just bounce on it to go up there. No, because I want them to push this one over here, because if it was here, it would just, they could just jump from here up to there. Unless I added spikes that kill you, which seems to be the pattern. Okay, I think that's good. We could add spikes here so that you can't just jump from here. You would have to jump from below. So we have these spikes. This one, right? All right, so this is the thing. Go over here. If you were going through this room the first time, you would not be doing that. You would be going here. Okay, maybe those spikes are too low. They need to be. Let's put them up slightly higher. Maybe like that. I understand how so many games end up full of them. Yeah, because, you know, it's prevent the player from doing things. Okay, so this one. Every game needs spikes. Okay, so that doesn't kill you. Okay, that's good. And then you go here, and then you're like, oh, what do I do? Then it kills you. You don't want it to kill you. So instead, you push it down. And then you got, oh, but then, okay, then you got to jump over it. But then if you were to jump over it, wouldn't you just jump into the spikes then? If I did this. Yeah, that would just kill you. That would just, you would just fall into the spikes. Oh no, because then you can go back. Oh, that's the logic here. That's actually, okay, that actually made the puzzle a lot more interesting. Because you might think you have to go down this way, but no, you have to go back the way you came and then up. And then you can do this. And then you can go down here. And then do this. Okay, but I pushed it too close. No, it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, that's good one. Good addition. That's iterative game design. Okay, now that you've done that, now you can go back. You can now push this one this way. And then go down this way. And now you can get this thing. Okay, wait, well, okay, hold on. I feel that is a bit mean. That spike right there being aligned directly just enough to kill you, I don't like that. Push this one down, right? Then you go here. Oh, or maybe that's, you know, maybe actually that's good. You then have to push it close enough that you will not bounce into the spikes. Can you just jump off? Jump on the top of the platform in the air with the, hold on. Can you jump on top of the platform in the air with the spikes using the mushroom? What do you mean? So this platform, you mean this platform that's in the air? With the spikes. Using the mushroom. The one at this one, I jump on top of this platform. I will add a ceiling to it at some point. Okay, so now you have the clover. But then now you have to, there's no way out. Then you have to touch the spikes to reset. There should be an alternative. Oh, I should just add an opening here that allows them to go back up. To avoid, you know, maybe some people want to do deathless runs, right? You can't have them, you can't force them to die. They want to do 100% and deathless. You can't prevent them from doing that. So we give them a one-way platform here, with which they can go to the previous room and then go back to reset everything. Welcome, Handflow. So I think that works. That's good. We've designed one room that is, I would say, quite interesting puzzle-wise. Okay, we're gonna go replay this one. I'm gonna go from here. All right. Start this room. You're like, what the? There's so much stuff going on. How am I supposed to do this? You can't. You can't even get that guy. You have to go here. Wait, you can just... Wait. Okay, I should add more spikes to the top so that you can't just do this. So that you cannot just go this way. Or maybe I add spikes... No, I can't do that. Okay, I'm going to add spikes up here so that they can't just... They can't skip this thing. They would have to go... this way. This is why playtesting is essential. Alright, we're gonna move, whoops. See, it's prevented me from making a huge mistake. Moving stuff around. Okay, this one goes down here. And then we have the foreground. Valve playtesters, what are they doing? Okay, then you can just add, you know, what if we just make this entire thing the spikes? Maybe not the entire thing, but like a lot of it. Like that. What is that? That's not even anything. And so that's the wrong layer even. Okay, we have hazards, we have tile map. Okay, we put this here. So now they can't just, what? Why doesn't that work? Okay, I have to do this. I have to select. I have to do this. Okay, that works. All right. So now you can't be going this way. You go this way and you're like, well, wait, but then you can just get this thing. Wait a second. But then you can just get this thing immediately. I don't want that. How do I stop that? How do I stop the player from doing things? So I think the issue, I could add spikes. that is the solution to everything. Just add more spikes. Okay, so they will not be able to climb up this way. Right? They would have to, I guess no, they could jump from here. No, they would kill them. No, it would be like this, okay? So this would not allow them. No, actually no, they can just go from here. They can just go from here to there, right? The Half-Life 2 dev commentary is full of them talking about playtesters getting extremely confused about simple I said puzzles. Okay, so that prevents you from going there. I think that's good. I think that is in fact what I want. Right, so now they can't go there. So now they would then have to do this thing. Nope. They have to be careful about how far they walk. Okay, so you push this thing over, you go down, and then you do this. Alright, then you can go this way. And oh, but then that ruins the entire point of this thing though. And you can't go over there. What the heck? How do I prevent that? What? And okay. Now you can't do that. It's quite complex. Really makes you think. Really causes you to consider your actions. What do I do? What if maybe up here you push a crate that goes down? And then, do the ceiling spikes not solve the same problem? Like if I were to put ceilings up here, or sorry, spikes up here? No, because then you can't go, because I want the player to now be able to push this thing to go up there. But now they can't. Now there's no way to go there. I would like it so that they can only go this way if they have gone this way. You could go down. The ceiling spikes that are already there, you can't push the block left without going the intended path. You can't push this left, yes. That is true. That is, oh, okay, I see. So like I don't need these. No, because then the point I have this one here is that you can then go this way. If these spikes were not here, you can then go up this way. You can then climb this and go there. And then you push it this way. Welcome X-Tag. Get rid of the spikes on the middle pillar. Put them on the left side of the long platform. On this one over here. Oh, so you can't, okay, I see. So that you can't climb up that way. I think that makes sense. Let's try it. We put this one here. Okay, so now you go down. You then, if you try to go this way, that could be a speedrun strat. If you're good enough to do that, maybe there's a bug there, but that's fine. It's fine, actually. I wonder if I can actually make that though. No. Alright, yes, I will drink water. Verilog is probably left by now. They show up, they tell me to drink water, and then I tell them you gotta wait, and now it's time for me to drink water, and they're not here. I'm gonna hydrate now. Alright, I've hydrated. Let me also move this. This should not be in this room. Let's move this all the way up. Let's move this out of the way. Alright, so we're gonna replay this. Every spike is there to make the game linear. You think you have choices? You don't. You have to go this way. I think the worst playtesting story I've heard was that when playtesters playing Dishonored, a game about breaking into places and murdering people, were told to not climb a set of stairs by a guard, they just stopped. No try, no progress. They just didn't do it. They just didn't want to break the law. Alright, you have to go this way. You climb up, you go there. Alright, so now you have to push this here. Right, and then now you can do this. Oh, and then you go down. Up. You got stuck on the ground floor. They're like, why can't I push? Why can't I go that way? It's crazy. Okay. You do this. And then you go down. And then you go this way. And then you gotta not. Oh, but that's kind of hard. Is that tricky? Do you guys think that's tricky? To be able to push this thing. It's like once it's there though. Once this crate is down there. No, it's fine. You could just. Maybe it is kind of tricky. You'd have to like fall and then press right immediately. Is there like a better way? I feel like, I mean, like I can do it consistently, but like, I don't know if everyone's gonna be able to do this. It's the hardest part of the Deathless run. How would I make this easier? Is the shroom bounce too low to grab the left ledge? No, it's actually, you gotta push it, this is not ledge grabbing, this is grabbing onto the... You have climbing ability. So you don't need to grab the ledge, you just need to grab the wall. So, oh, wait a sec. Oh, wait. I could... No. Okay, just... Okay, this is kind of tricky, though. Welcome, Brooke. How would I make that easier to do? I want this to not be so dependent on execution. It should just be dependent on you figuring out that you're supposed to do this. Let you go here. But you want to push the thing closer. Or maybe I make it so you don't have to push it. Maybe I move this platform over. Make the one-way platform stick out a bit more. That has the same problem though. Or maybe, I don't know, I could just make it so that you don't need to push the crate once it's on the bottom. It could just fall down like from here. And then that is enough to make that jump. Right. Like maybe that's fine. I mean, like the player's already done so much, you know, to get here, and they've had to endure so many things. So many spikes. I think maybe I should just do that. So, okay. So you can just push the platform here. I think that should be fine. Right. So now you can't go up that way. You have to push this one here. You have to then climb up do this. Go back down. And then you do this. And then that's good enough. Oh, you can actually make that jump. You don't even need wall climbability. You can just make that. Alright, so that's good. Wait, can you just... No, okay, see, the point of me not doing that was was to make it so you can't just do this. Right? I forgot. I totally forgot that's the entire point. Oh, I could just make the wall higher. No, can I? No, you can't. That doesn't make sense. Can't do that. Okay, yes, the reason why this was short is to avoid just jumping there. What if it was just one more over? You know, it was 2 over. What if it was just 1 over? Is that makeable? Is this doable? That is still makeable. I don't want that to be makeable. So yeah, that's not makeable. Okay. So the issue is, oh, I could just add a ladder. That's what I could do. I could add a ladder going down from here. I think that is totally a reasonable solution. Welcome Burkada05. Pixel perfect? No, it's too much. It's too absurd. Okay, we can have a ladder. Ladders solve many problems. The player might look at this and think like, why do you need a ladder? You can just climb, right? Why even have a ladder? Well, now they know. Alright, you push this here. And then you go down. And then you go this way. And now you climb down. And then you can make this one. Okay, so now that you've made that, now you can go backwards. You can then go back. And then... Wait, the point of this... Oh, I forgot the point of... I wanted this... Okay, the point of this spike not being there was that you needed to be able to go back from here to push this one down this way. That's the whole point. Oh, I forgot that's the whole point of that thing. Is there like... Oh, frick. Is there like a better way? So now they can't do this. That was the entire point of this thing. What if you could... What if there was like a path up here, and then you can drop down? Wait, but then you would then drop down on this side. I need a thing where the player, once they've gone this way, that they can go back here. But how? And how would they do that though? I mean, I think the original thing that I had would have solved this. The thing that I had an idea for like 30 minutes ago, simply have a ladder go up this way and then have a platform going this way so that you can fall down here. This was before these spikes were here. Can't wait to see speed runs. Imagine speed running this game. So how would I do that? Okay, what if I had a how do they go back? That's the question. How do they even go back? Platform. But like that would make it too... Wait, is this fine? That's not fine, right? Then you would jump. You would hit that, and then you would die. Well, I guess you wouldn't be able to go up here normally, right? Because if you were here, you would jump. Oh, but then this wouldn't allow you to go back this way, right? Man. Why is this so complicated? Why'd they have to go and make things so complicated? Remember that song? Remember that classic song by Avril Lavigne? Okay, what if we had what if there was some kind of thing? What if they had things that existed? How about a falling platform? No, that's too much. What if there's a falling platform over here, and then you can jump from here to here? Actually, no, is a one-way platform here, is that fine? No, it's not fine, because then you can push this thing down and then you could jump. No, but you can't jump. Oh, that's the thing, you can't do that. See, okay, let me see this. How about a sideways mush that shoots you back to the platform? Maybe. But then what if players, they see that and then they think they have to do that the first time? Hold on. Okay, so you push this thing down. You can't make this jump, right? You cannot possibly... You jump, you would die. Okay, so then you have to go this way. And then you push this thing down. And I guess you could then just do this, right? you don't need... There's no need to have this thing anymore. Oh no, there is a need, because then if you jump... Okay, you can make that jump. Wait, but you can't make that jump from this side then. No, well... I guess I don't need these spikes to extend all the way over here, right? I could remove these. Was there a reason? I'm sure maybe there was a reason, and then I'm like, then I find out why. I'm like, oh right, I had there because of this. Okay, but then now you can just do this. You can just jump from here to there, which I don't want. I do not want that. Now, what if I move this one? What if it was like that? What if it was like this? All right, let's try the sideways mushroom. Is that good enough? Mushroom right. If there was a rightward facing mushroom right here, would that be good enough? So we have this. That kills you. Okay, that would kill you. You could try to move it lower, but I think that would then launch you into the spikes. Possibly. Tile map. This one. Yeah, but that's too low though. That's too low. What if it was like here? That'd also kill you. What about a thing that is good? What about a thing? What if it was good? I feel like I'm overcomplicating this. How about a crate? What if there was a crate? What if there was a crate right here? No. Is that doesn't help. Man, why is level design so complicated? What if I spend the entire stream on this room? Just one room per stream. We have the one-way platform. What if we had a ladder? What if there was a thing? What about a thing? What about a... What if there was like a one-way platform? I just don't know. The key to level design is put in the occasional useless crate. So they try to figure out what it's for. I did have that in an earlier iteration of this room though. This room is now a real room, but before I just had a crate over there. It's like when you're building furniture and there's like a screw that you're not using. You're like, I'm sure this was probably meant for something, but it works without it, so it's fine. But actually though, how do I do it? How do I even do this? What if I had what if there's like a ladder? And climb the ladder. And then what? Oh, what if I did this and then I put the spikes? What if it was like this? Like that. And then I had spikes if I had spikes, if there were spikes perhaps up here, it could be spikes up here, right? And then this one is lower, it's like over here, right? So then you can't bounce up there, it would kill you, but you can go down, you can go up here from down from there. You would then have perhaps a ladder going up this way. Alright, so in order to go back, you could climb this. And then you can push this thing this way. Right? Wait, but then how do you... I see. Then you needed to go back to the left. Then you do this. And then you can get this thing. Right? And then you reset the obstacles and you can go through this room the normal way. So let's try going through this the normal way. And see if we break anything. Okay, so you can't jump from here. If you made this jump, you would die. You can't be jumping there, right? This one, you can't make that. Okay, that's good. You can't make that. You can then climb up this way. Wait. Is that... Yeah, okay, that's fine. It was this. And then the reason for the ladder was to climb down. In case you're not dexterous enough to make this, you can climb down. That's good. And then you go up this way, you jump, and then you can make this jump. Okay, we finally designed this room in a way that maybe makes sense. And I think that's cool. Will the mush kill you if you jump on it on the lower one-way platform? Good question. Good question. I will find out. I pushed that thing over a bit too far. No, actually, it's totally fine. I think it will. It does kill you. Yeah, it does kill you. So that's good. We have future-proof this. Not future-proof. What's the word for it? Made it so that it is quite hard to do this unintentionally in a way that I did not intend for the player to do. But I'm sure maybe if someone speedruns this, they can find some kind of speedrun tech that works. But for now, this is good. This works well. And I think it provides a decent challenge. It makes the player consider backtracking. All right, that's good. That's good. So we've designed one room today. Although I'm not a fan of how this is like this. I could just add this. I could just do this. But it is a bit weird that it goes into the next room like this. But that's fine. It's actually probably totally fine. Because you can't make that jump anyway. Alright, so this, we have this one. This room is done. Good. Fully designed room. Good. Next room. I like this one. This is a good challenge. Okay, the next room. What will the next room be? Another climbing related room. Or maybe instead of going to the left, maybe you go up. Maybe you go up and then to the left and then down. Oh, or maybe what if you go out and then there's like a room here where like over here you can climb up from this room. That was not supposed to be a ladder. Would I ever add back walls you can place for decor like Terraria? Yeah, I think that is the intent of these. Because I did mention it's kind of weird for just floating grass platforms like this. I think I will intend for these platforms to have some kind of like this, but in a different layer and also darker. Like not connected to this. And then it'll go down. So it's like part of the background. Something like that. Maybe like darker. I don't know. Alright, so what if for this one, instead of going to the left, you can go up and then to the left. And then we can leave this room open, okay? So maybe, like here, we have a wall you can climb. And there's actually a room up here, right? Secret room for secrets. Maybe. That would mean though that I would have to move all of this stuff over by one so that we can put a wall here. So I will do that. I will in fact do that. But then, what if that means you can make this jump though? I'll change everything and then find out that this is totally makeable. Actually, let's see if that's possible. If I was here, I think that is makeable. So I would need to move everything over. I mean, this wall doesn't need to be this thick. I can move everything over by one. But then what if that also breaks something else? What if I'm like, oh, actually that thing was there for a reason. Oh, actually that was a load-bearing wall, guys. Okay, we go to the foreground. You then remove this, and then you move everything. I wish there was a way to, like, you know, select multiple things and then... Actually, is that possible? No, it's not. It's not possible. Foreground. You gotta move these guys over by one or two, maybe two. No, just one. Alright, so those are I gotta fix this stuff up. This stuff is all messed up. Okay, and then you move, go to the terrain, do this one. Alright, that's good. Then you move all of the hazards by one. Or two? Wait. Oh no, this one, yeah, this one was not supposed to be there. Whoops. Wait, no, that was supposed to be there, right? Was that supposed to be there? I don't remember. Let's have that not be there. I think this was in the right spot. Or is that too much? That is the question. Is that there for a reason? Okay, so you can't make that jump. Welcome, Muffin. So you can't make that. That's good. That's what I wanted. Oh no, it should be over because then we have to move all this stuff over. Right? We gotta move all this stuff over. So this one goes out one more. Unless I've misremembered. I may have misremembered. But okay, we have ladders. Ladders, move those over. One-way platform. Move that one over. And make sure this still works. Okay, that still works. That is in fact still good. Okay, then you go up. Now let's do this room the normal way. Push that over there. You go up. No! What the... Okay, go this way. Go there. Do this one. And then you gotta go back down this way. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's still good. Okay, so now that that's done, then you go back this way. That's totally fine. Everything works out. It's good. All right, so now we add. We remove one of these. Remove this one-way platform. And then you add a solid wall. Left side of that grass platform could be regular dirt, so it looks less weird. The left side of that grass platform. Which one? Oh, this one? Could be regular dirt near where my guy is standing. The left side of this grass platform could be regular dirt. What? Oh, the one-way platform. The left side. Do you mean like if I were to keep it as just grass with dirt? just floating grass? Welcome, Delicious Smile. I don't know. Okay, so we'll have this. Okay, and then we have the next room. It's going to be above. We have an above room. We're going to have the room. We're going to have the ladder. Ladder, you climb up this way, right there. And then the foreground, the dirt. Okay, I also need to add this one up here. All right, so that's there. One-way platform over here. Let's add some checkpoints. Let's remove these unnecessary checkpoints. Let us add a checkpoint over here. And yes, platform over there. And then perhaps one over here. Now I gotta make sure though that they can't jump from here to touch that checkpoint. Is that possible? Is that possible? Wait, it should not be there. It should not even be there. Okay, maybe this checkpoint is here. Okay. So that's good, right? That's good. That's not good. Why is that happening? What the? Hey, wait a second. You can do it. You can climb. And climb these from below. What the? Alright, so maybe we just don't have a checkpoint here. Maybe it's not even needed. I mean, I guess this could be solid. Is there a reason for this to be a one-way platform? I don't think so. This could just be a solid platform. Is there a reason? Let's try doing this normally. We do this one. You go up here. Do this. And then... Whoops. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. No, I think it's fine. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so you can drop from here. Wait a second, that's why you don't want it. Because you could just do that. You don't want that, I don't want that. Man. Game design. So why is game design so hard? Is this makeable? Wait, what was that? You see that? Why does the player get caught? Wait, oh, you can still make it. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Whatever, this is fine. We don't need a checkpoint here. The checkpoint could be here, actually. No, because what if they come down and then go this way, right? Can't be having that. You can't be having this. I guess the checkpoint could be up here. Now, when they fall through, when they die, though, they will just fall. That's fine. That's barely noticeable. Alright, so you go this way. You can go... Okay, now you can go that way. That's good. Totally fine. Alright, now we have this room up here. What do we add in this room? Another climbing challenge, perhaps. Oh, we could even have it go up. It could even go up and then down and then here. That is entirely possible. You know, because now that we can climb, we can have a lot more vertical levels. There could be a lot of verticality going on. A lot of things to consider. Climbing. Alright. What else can we do? There's another challenge. I should commit this. Get status. What have I changed? We've added a room. Added room. Added climbing room. Alright, so this room. How many more rooms do we need until we get the glide ability? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. So we need at least 6 more rooms. Because I would like there to be at least 11, maybe like 10 rooms total for each power-up until we get to the second power-up. Sorry, by second I mean the next power-up. Alright, so this room right here. We can have a wall, obviously, a wall that you can climb. And then from that wall, there is perhaps a... What if we can make use of the horizontal block mushroom? Right, we've only had one room that has this. Is there a use where I could do this? A horizontal block mushroom that can lead into a climbing situation? Oh, what if there was like a horizontal block thing and then there's like a big gap? And then if you push the mushroom, if you push the block with the mushroom, it pushes you and then you can then climb the wall. It's like normally if you just were to jump, you would make it like over here. But if you were to be bounced by the mushroom, it would bounce you and then you would be here. And then you would grab the wall and then you can climb up. I think that's totally possible. Or maybe it could push a block. The thing could push a block. The block, sorry, the crate. The crate could then fall down. And then you jump on that crate. And then from that crate, you can then jump onto the wall. Several possibilities, many things to consider. Really makes you think, really causes you to ponder the meaning of life. Any fans of life out there? Anyone who enjoys life? Welcome, Cryptic Command. Wait, did I already greet you? I feel like I've seen that emote. What is that emote? Sad Pocket. Oh, I know who that. I know who that is. I'm aware of that individual. Okay, so block pushing. What if there was a platform up here, and then it has a crate with mushroom facing the right. You gotta like climb up this wall to get to it. Right, there's like a wall here. You jump from here, and then maybe you jump up here. And then you gotta jump to this one, and then to this one. And then you climb up. Then once you're here, we have mushroom crates right. Okay, so then you push this thing down. But then I would like for you to be able to continue pushing, or maybe you don't need to push it. Maybe this thing being here is enough to launch you over to get there. Okay, so we have some hazards. Okay, over here we have spikes over here, so that you have to jump from here to there. And then we have spikes here. And those spikes then force you to jump back onto that one. Right. Alright, we have our player. We move the player here. Alright, let's see. This one, you do this. Okay, then you do this, you push it down. And then this will launch you. Will launch you in such a way that you can then grab onto this wall right here. Right? Whoops. Okay, you push this over. And oh, and then you can make that, and then we have other climbing challenges up here, perhaps. So it will launch you here, and then once you're here, you go up here, and then there's like maybe, oh, but then if I put this here, it'll launch you into this one. I don't want that. I don't want that, man. You're gonna fall into that guy. What if you had this here? And then... no, because then that's gonna launch you there. I don't want that. But then now that's up too high, right? Is that too high? Will that mushroom launch you there? That's good question. Good question. See, like you could do that, right? You don't want that to happen. I could put spikes on that. Actually, that's fine. I could put spikes over there. This one. Okay, so it launches you here. But what if the player doesn't know that you have to hold right? As they go here, and then they get launched, and then they die, right? Would they know? I guess they would know, right? They should know by now. You have to hold right. Would have it launch them into an upshroom. What's upshroom? not much. What's up with shroom? You could do that. You could consider doing that. It is true. That is so true. That is in fact so true. I could add an upstream. An upstream right here. Okay, so we have upstream. This one, what if you just did that though? They could just do that. They could just do that. There's no reason to push it. Wait, was there a reason to? I think there was a reason to. Okay, okay, yes. It will cause you to hit the wall. You could just do that. You have to push it down. What if we could just have like walls over here? There could just be perhaps a thing like this. With spikes, obviously. You gotta have spikes on it. Can't forget about those spikes. So that will force the player to push this crate down. And then from here, we have spikes down here. And then we have this one be here. Right? But can they just make that though? They can't. Okay, that's good. But can they? What if they use coyote time? Oh, they can just do that. You don't want that. It's the last thing you want. The mushroom. What about how about if we just did not have spikes on the last two right there, so that if they somehow did not hold right, they can still make this. Just a little safe area for them. Like this. Then go here, you push this down. And then you do that. Okay, then you're fine. You're totally fine. But then you can't make this normally, right? If you were to just drop from here, you can't make that. So that's good. That's totally good. Perfectly fine. You have to go this way. When the right wall was further right, seems like the push will launch you exactly into the corner. I think it depends on your vertical velocity. Okay, like that launches you there. I think if you're falling, if you were already falling when you jump into the mushroom, you might then fall farther down. Maybe. But I mean, I think this is fine. This one right here, that's totally fine. And then what? And then they can climb up here. But this is too straightforward. It's just a straight up wall climb. I would like for them to have to jump. Okay, they could do that. There could be spikes over here, up here. Yeah, foreground, we got not like that. We have this. And some hazards right there. You put this one over there. Maybe just this. And then what? And then I guess that's the entire room. That's all this room is simply this. Oh, but okay, no, it's only because of the color. Eventually, they will not be spikes. They will be thorns. And so they will not overlap with the clouds. Don't you even worry about that. Okay, so that's good. That works. But what if we added, what if we had a moving platform with spike. No, because then you could just jump on it. It was like, I was considering maybe, because like, you know, what if you had the time when you launched? Right, if we had moving platform with spikes, you would have to wait until this guy's not over here. Moving platform with spikes on all sides. Possible, possibly. I could do that. I could possibly do that. Maybe I will do that. But should I though? Should I do that? That is the question. Would I want to add moving platform? Maybe we need some new obstacles. Maybe another thing that can move and kill you that isn't just a platform. But it has to be non-sentient. It can't be an enemy that's alive. What about a pendulum? What about something that spins? What about like a Ferris wheel of death? Is that a thing that exists? Oh yeah, spikes it up here. That is a thing that I had considered adding. I could do that. I could consider possibly adding retracting spikes. Because then that would also give you the challenge of, you know, what if you're just straight up wall climbing and then there's spikes, you gotta like move between spikes as they ready up. That's a thing. That is in fact a thing that I can add. But do I want to add them right now? Or do I want to add them off stream? I guess I might as well add them now. Welcome Raiders, hello, hello, Kari Punko. What were you doing? Kari Punko. Stream and art? You thought it was Easter? Oh right, it is Good Friday today, right? Easter is this weekend. I didn't even realize. Welcome Hero Brunch, welcome Karapunko. Garguba. Oh man, she's graduating. Can you all believe that the shark is gonna be gone? Well, I hope you had a good stream. I hope you drew in such a way that you were satisfied with. We are working on a game, a platforming game that has climbing and spikes. I forgot those spikes were there. Now then I'm like, what's the point of this though? Like why do I have this stuff here? What's even the point of this? Nothing. There's nothing there. Very satisfied. Yours very cute. Very good model. So true. Remember that time when she said ah? I remember. Wouldn't it be so cool if her last thing she said on stream was Z? Like you started with ah, the letter A, and then the last thing is Z, and we've gone through A through Z. That'd be so clever. As in she's modeling for me to draw, not live 2D model. True. Both are also true. Alright, what if I had like... What if there was like a reason for me to push this? Have you considered maybe that we can... Yeah, what can I add here that would... This feels too empty. There's gotta be something there. If I push this down, maybe there's like a thing over here. No, you know, it's fine. Not every room needs to have a bonus. It could simply just be this. Wee. Free us with a Z. What if she says Z instead of Z? Just to throw you off. Z. That'd be messed up. Okay, you can climb this. What the? I keep forgetting about that. Those spikes should not even be there. It's fine. It's actually totally fine. You know, I'm gonna remove this for now. Let's have those not be there. No, but that's too easy though. So you go here, you go there. They're not even supposed to be here today. Who? Who's they? Gura? Who? John? John Hololive? Can you believe John Hololive is graduating? The spikes? Oh, the spikes are not even supposed to be there. Alright, what if I considered adding spikes that were timed? Maybe it is time to add them. Let's open up a sprite. Let's draw some retracting spikes. Maybe. Alright, let's open up the what's it called? Dual grid. This guy right here. I will copy this into here, and then I will have a new empty frame. This will be Spike. John Spike right here. The question is, are these aligned in such a way that makes sense? It's like here, right? It's like over there. So these are raised spikes. Add new frame, new tag, spikes raised, and then new empty frame, new tag, spikes lowered. I think I found an Easter egg. What, you think this is an Easter egg? It's just, I didn't even mean for this to be anything. It's just an oval. Just an oval looking dude. No, that's not even an Easter egg. It's totally not even it. Okay, so we got these, right? Lowered spikes. Now I need to make it obvious that these spikes will not kill you though. People might be concerned. They might look at this and be like, those spikes look like they could kill me. But what if they didn't? What if they were actually like this? But then how would the player know? How would they even realize that this would not kill them, huh? Would they even know? I don't even know if they would know. Alright, so let's add a new entity. Spikes. Hazards. What did I call this? Player text box. Spikes. Entities. Create new folder. Spike. Spikes. Spikes, timed spikes. Or spikes timed. Time spikes. Time spikes. Time spikes. I made this joke already. Time spikes. What is this? The sprint planning? Haha. Guys, this is a software engineering joke. Spikes. If I'm gonna explain the joke to you all. So, a spike in the context of software engineering is a time box investigation into how to solve a time box research activity used to gather information. Now, timed spike, that is a thing in a video game where the spike is not always there, but then maybe it shows up later and then it can kill you. But, you know, this one in the context of software engineering, it's basically, I'm explaining this in a way that makes sense, obviously. And now you understand. Now you understand everything there is to know about this. Okay, new scene. timed spikes. Time spikes. And then, all right, then all you gotta do is you have to then add the how do I add, what kind of thing? Change type. This is going to be an area 2D, and then I'm going to add a classic, a good old sprite 2D, animated sprite 2D. I was learning about a Godot. Learn Samuel Beckett fought the Nazis as World War II as part of the French Resistance. How is that Godot? How is that even Godot? How did that happen? I'm gonna copy an animated sprite 2D from this one. Actually, let's delete this one. Delete this one. And add and paste. Okay, and then you simply, all you gotta do, it is actually that simple. He's the author of Godot, Samuel Beckett. Did he? Godot? You mean is that the guy who wrote the book? Is this the guy? No, this is a different guy. Oh, you're reading about the literature Godot. I see. I thought you meant the game engine. Waiting for Godot. I'm still waiting. Where's Godot? I don't even know. No one even knows. Okay, so we got spikes lowered. And then we got spikes raised. Right, but you also got to make sure you save this resource. Of course, you gotta be saving. Did I save it? Did I save it? Save resource as entity frames. And then you move the entity frames back into here. Where are my entity frames? They are right here. And then you choose the, hey, what the, where's my thing? It's not even loaded. Welcome CL. It's Easter soon and Weed Day. That is true. They're on the same day. 4/20, Easter Sunday. Wow. I'm gonna save. There's an issue with Godot where if you update a resource like this, it doesn't automatically update it for some reason. I have to like reload project, and then it does it. What's the deal, huh? What, Godot? Why would you do this to me? Why would you make me reload the scene? Simply to have my spikes be visible. Alright, we've got spikes lowered here. Time spikes. Okay, then we gotta add a collision shape. 2-dimension. Collision shape that has 2 dimensions. It is going to be a rectangle shape. 2-dimensional. And then it must be sized in such a way that makes sense logically. Perhaps it is over here. Maybe. Okay, we got the transform. The transform, the Y is 2. What is the rectangle has height 3. This should maybe be like 1.5. Jesus came back to burn that bush. Yeah, I'm mixing biblical stories. I don't even know the lore. Does anyone know Jesus' lore? Who is Lazarus? Northern Lion was talking about this the other day. Lazarus, you might know him from the Binding of Isaac. But like, who is he? I'm gonna drink water. People say that Lazarus came back from the dead. Is that true? I don't know. It's time to drink water though. All right. Lazarus was the guy who died and Jesus raised him. What? He raised him from the dead or just in general? Jesus used a phoenix down on the guy named Lazarus. It's Final Fantasy. That's totally different. It's not even the same thing. Alright, collision layer. It's gotta be hazard. And then collision mask has gotta be player. Gotta be the player? Nope. Alright, we got time spikes. Now you gotta obviously have a timer. Imagine not having a timer on your time spikes. The wait time, maybe it could be like 0.4 seconds. I don't know if that's too long or too little. And now we have to write some code. Let us attach a script. Time spikes.dd. Class name timed spikes. Extend area 2D. Now we will of course have a function reset. Right, we have reset void. We have a var is active equals false. Export var is active is false. And then if reset, then let's see, initial state var on ready var initial is active is equal to is active, so that if you set it, then it gets reset. Is active is initial is active. My favorite part of the story is when Jesus said, Lazarus, I barely know her. Lazarus, what about Lazar them? What about Lazar? It was never about Lazar me or Lazar you. It was about Lazar us. My favorite part is when Jesus charged $1 billion to raise Lazarus from the depths. I don't think that happened. I think you made that up. That's false. Okay, so let's see. This one, we will have it. We will obviously, you will have the animated sprite 2D on ready var sprite, which is an animated sprite 2D is equal to animated sprite 2D. And then let's see, function ready. So let's see, if is active, then sprite.play. Oh, I should also add I should also change the good old what am I doing? What am I adding? Yes, this. Repeat once. Repeat once. And we set the properties. Frame duration, I don't know, 50. This doesn't really matter, but maybe it does. Maybe it does matter. Okay, so is active, play, spikes raised. Oh, here's a pro tip for you all. Sprite play, spikes raised if is active. Else, spikes lowered. Bam. Alright, so this one, gonna go function update status. Void. Update is raised. Bool. And then this one, you set is active equal to is raised, and then you update this one. Update status. No, there's no hold on. There's a thing you can do here. Godot has getters and setters. So this one you can do how do you do it? Godot setter. If you just set is active, it'll set all the relevant stuff. Godot setter. Setters. How do setters work in Godot? Setters. Properties, getters and setters. Okay, yes. Set value. Set value. Yes. Okay, so if you were to set this value, the most tragic thing about coding is the struggle between classes with properties and classes without properties. What? What does that mean? What does that even mean? All right, update status. If you have set is active equals to value, and then sprite play, spikes raised. Okay, so then we also need the area. Self, that's just self. Okay, so self dot, how do you area 2D? How do you temporarily disable an area 2D? Area 2D. Monitoring, is that what it is? Set monitoring to false. Monitoring. If true, detects bodies or areas entering and exiting. Yes, we will set monitoring to monitoring equals is active, and then monitorable also is that is active. All right, so if you set the value, the sprite will update, and then this thing will also update. Okay, and then what? And then we have the timer, right? We have the timer. If you control click move this one, we have this one is there. Timer is there. So then we got to attach a thing to the timer. Did you know that you can simply do this? Timer timeout connect, and then it just does this. And then is active equals not is active. Whoops. Not is active. Now the timer must also be set such that it repeats. It is not one shot. That's good. Auto start. Yes, auto start that timer. Okay, so now every time the timer updates, it will set this thing, right? That will be there. And then what? Good question. Good question. Then we need the thing that will kill the player. Oh no, the player already, that logic is in the player, so this should just work, I think. So let's go test it out. Let's go to world. It's probably not gonna work. Imagine if it worked first try. And then we go to go to obstacles. And then in the obstacles, welcome Ember. Imagine, whoa guys, it's working. How does he do it? First try, that's crazy. It's crazy. Welcome Michael. Okay, we have where is it? Where is the thing I just added? Time spikes. Time spikes. Michael, what do you do? Do you understand this joke? Time spikes. What is this? Sprint planning? Haha. Second time I made that joke. Okay, so we got where is that? Where is that thing I just dragged into here? Oh, we got to go to the tile set. I dragged it into the tile map. That's not even the right place. We put this here. Okay, we got the time spikes. Again, that's good. I understood the joke as well. Time spikes. All right, so let's see. Choose the spikes. Let's just put them here. Does this work? Is this a thing that works? Oh, guys, it works. Oh my god. And it kills you. Okay, I think the timer is too short though. It works, but the duration is simply too much. What if we made it 1 second? Every 1 second. Oh, look, wait, and why doesn't it kill you? Huh? Why doesn't it kill you? Why doesn't it kill you? Wait a second, what the? What? Okay, that's weird. I don't know. Is it because it was like on enter? Is that what it is? Is that it only happens on enter, but then, you know, the thing is not there? Is there like a area 2D disable and re-enable? Is that a thing that exists? Area 2D. Body shape exited. Monitoring. Could be a longer time with them retracted and a shorter time extended. That is true. How do other games usually do this? Games that have timed spikes, do they have different times enabled and disabled? Is that a thing that exists? The linear damp monitorable. What if I just look up Godot timed spikes? Surely someone else has done this. That's what I was thinking of from Sonic. Did they have those? How to make spike stuff that kills you? Need help with timed spikes. Loop is an export variable. Implements features that are in the timer. Set its auto start. I don't know what the type of node is, etc. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're talking about. What are they even saying? I think I need to move this down 1 pixel. Is that the case? 1, 2. Oh yeah, I moved it. Okay, it needs to be moved down by 1. Move this down. Move this down. Welcome, Zolly. File changed since last import. It sure did. Alright, this one, save it. Save as. Entity frames.tres. .tres. Do you all know that means 3 in Spanish? Tres. Trace. Some may say trace. Trace leches. Hey, let me get that there. Trace leches. Okay, entity frames. Put that back in there. Okay, now it's aligned with the floor. Look at that. That gives you adequate time to walk through. But I don't know why this is a thing. How do I then... I believe it may be because I'm simply turning monitoring off. If I could... Oh, maybe I could like remove the collision shape. Maybe. Collision shape maybe is disabled. Instead of setting monitoring to true and false, maybe I set the collision shape. So let's see, we got this one here. Collision shape. Let's put this here. Maybe collision shape. Okay, so this one, collision shape dot disabled. Isn't it confusing that it's like they have enabled and disabled? Why would this be like this? Equals not is active. Why not have it be dot enabled, right? What are they thinking? What are they even doing? Okay, when the spikes are down. Okay, that works. That fixes everything. Everything is good. Everything is totally good. Totally good. Totally good. It's actually goated. Now I feel like there should be some indication that the spikes are coming back up. They should maybe like flash so that you know. Or maybe that would be too distracting. Maybe this is fine. Maybe the spikes could also be a bit larger. Maybe it could be like one big spike. Instead of being two small spikes, it could just be one very large spike. Or maybe this is fine. Maybe this is totally fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's totally fine. Alright, so we have, that was actually surprisingly simple. So now we gotta start adding some timed spikes that are rotated in different directions. I kind of wish it was like easier to do that. I mean, it is kind of easy, but I can't wait. You can wait a second. You can wait. Oh, you can't rotate scene tiles. That would have been so nice if you could just rotate these. Because now that means I have to make one for every duration, or like sorry, every direction. I'm gonna need like time spikes right, time spikes left, time spikes other. I can't believe this. What about my mushrooms, huh? Have you seen these mushrooms? Mushroom down. Actually, do I even need a... I don't even need this node as the parent. This guy could just be it, right? Why did I do that? Why did I even do that, though? You ever think about this? No, I'll do this later, because I might change this and it might break everything. Okay, so we have time spikes. Let's make a new scene. Timed spikes. Right, mushroom down. You gotta cheer it up. Mushroom, there's not mushroom. Am I right, guys? Okay, we add this one. We add this scene. Right there. And then we make this one the scene root. Instantiate. Oh, you can't. I didn't know that they can't be root. Okay, never mind. You can't do it. I thought that I could do it. Turns out it's wrong. You can't do it. Alright, so this one we will have the script reset child. And that thing basically will just reset the child. So we have time spikes right. Is that right, guys? Guys, right? Is that right? Now, but what if I want to offset these? Like sometimes I might want, you know, time spikes to be... Some of them are on, some of them are off. I feel like that would be the expected thing, right? Then I would need to make one for every direction. It seems kind of messed up, right? We need to make, you know, one that is active true, one that's not is active true, and then all of that stuff is too much. Well, anyway, we're gonna rotate this. We are going to put the transform. We gotta rotate 90 degrees to face the right direction. Okay, and then you go to your world, and then what do? You simply just, all you gotta do is you take your time spikes right, and then you put them in here. Won't a 90-degree rotation work? Welcome, Larky Luna. What do you mean? Won't a 90-degree rotation work? Isn't that what I did? Look at that. Alright, what about this? Whoa, now you can climb walls with the spikes on them? Nice. Very nice. Alright, well that's good. That's cool. Wow. Okay, okay. Enough of that. Okay, I can add some climbing challenges that have these. Maybe you don't simply climb straight up. You gotta climb and then stop climbing. And then does it need to be a separate thing for each rotation, since it's just tile that kills you, as opposed to mushrooms that do different things? With the way I do it, yes, because I'm using the this thing. And there's no way really to rotate this from this one, unfortunately. Now I could manually add them. There is a way to simply just like do this, but then it's going to be clutter. Like every single spike is going to have its own thing in here. You place a tile, there's a clockwise and counterclockwise thing. Unfortunately, it does not work for scene tiles, which I don't understand why not though, right? Why not? It should make sense for them to be able to support this, but they don't. It works for regular tiles though, for things like this. Wait a second. If I had those, I had no reason to make these alternative tiles. I could have just taken this and rotated. Oh, frick. Well, okay, whatever, it's fine. Totally forgot. Welcome, Icy Samar. Hope you're doing well. Well, anyway, I don't know why they don't have support for it. I guess maybe because, like, maybe your scenes might not be no 2Ds. 2Ds got them. In which case they would not have a transform property, but like, I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't have that. Maybe there's a feature request. Scene collection. Scene collection source. I could also probably put these in like different groups. Right, the fact that we have like all the mushrooms mixed together with all the crates, mixed together with all the spikes. Could add a new one. A new scene collection, so that we're not scrolling through all the time. I should probably do that. You know what, let's do that. Scene collection, no, but you don't get to name them? Is that a thing? You don't get to name them? It's kind of stupid. What the? Oh, you do. Okay, you do get. It's literally right there. Spikes. Streamer can't even see the thing. Okay, we got time spikes. Time spikes right. And then we could remove these from this menu. Now, will they? Oh, they also remove the. Oh man, they also remove the existing ones. It's kind of annoying. That's fine, you know, that's fine. I thought they would check and make it available if the scene had a transform. I wish. Can anyone check if someone has like a feature request for it? Godot, let me just look it up. Godot scene, what's it called? Scene tile? Scene tile rotation. To rotate its top. No, I just want to look for this one. They're gonna make me log in on GitHub. You can't search issues without logging in. Scene tile rotate. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, you can't search through code unless you log in. You can search issues. Why don't they have can't transform scene tiles? That's what I want. This is a limitation of the current system. As a workaround, you can use inherited scenes with rotation. Yep. Oh, there's a plugin. Hold on, there's a plugin that does it. That would simplify so much. This guy wrote the plugin. It's him. Or her, or them. Add-on for Godot that adds a handy dock where you can store scenes. Scenes are organized into custom tabs. Wait. That's a different thing though. You can add a scene to the dock using drag and drop. You can assign using the quick load option. Drag and drop. That is kind of like a different thing though. Oh, painting mode. Hold on. I guess that would work. But I think it would show them all in the scene tree, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, they would show all of them, which I may not necessarily want. Welcome, Alt Chakar. Well, why don't they have a possibility for doing that, though? Why can't they just do that? Well, alright. I guess I'll have to do it manually. That is really annoying, though. There's gotta be a better way. There has to be. Surely, right? Surely there's a better way. Time spikes left. Time spikes left. Where did they go? Am I right, guys? Okay, time spikes left. And then you select this one, and then you simply have to rotate it by 180 by 270. That's what it is. 270. Yes, exactly. 270 time spikes left. And then you go back to the world, and then you go back to the spikes, and then you add time spikes left. Then you go to tile set, and then you add time spikes left. Okay, so we have these. Check this out, guys. We have these guys, and we have these guys, and we have these guys. Wow. Amazing. They just kill you. They just kill you because they're on the spawn point. It's fine. Okay, maybe they're too fast. Do you think maybe they're too fast? I think they're too fast. Maybe instead of being 1 second, they can be 1.5 seconds. Maybe 1.3 seconds. Okay, that's a good amount of time. But then maybe in some cases it's like too long. It does seem kind of slow. Maybe like 1.2 seconds. Sometimes that 0.1 second makes a big difference. Maybe. Or we could just have it so that the on duration is shorter. But then that would make it kind of harder to... If I had the spikes be offset from each other, like... then it wouldn't match up, right? You would have, you know, when one set of spikes is on, the other one might not necessarily be off. Right now, they're all synchronized at the same time. But then, like, what if they, you know, what if I didn't want them to be? Also, should they be using, like, a global timer? Each one of them has their own timer. But I think really what I would want is them to share a global one. Is there a way to do that? Godot global timer shared between instances. Timer new function ready, add timer. Auto load. I would need to auto load a spike timer. Man. An auto load spike timer. I mean, yeah, it does seem like it would be kind of annoying. Every single one of these has their own timer, which they should all be in sync. But then again, if I use a global spike timer for everything, it could be desynced between rooms. Because I think at the moment, if you reset, oh, I need to also reset the timer. Hold on. Hold on, let's go back to that script. Time spikes. Reset timer dot start. Is that what it is? Start. Starts the timer or resets the timer if it was started already. Okay. That's a thing I gotta consider. Next step is syncing it to music. No, that's too complicated. I would have to have music. Imagine having music in a game. It's crazy. There is something really satisfying though about these wall jumps though. Isn't that so cool? It's so snappy. Like, whoa, look at this. Whoa, he's jumping, he's jumping. Alright. We have those. And then we want the offset one. Time spikes left offset. Duplicate time spikes left. Is there a better way than offset? Enabled, active, alternate. There's alt. Time spikes left. This one will default to being active, true. Time spikes right. Duplicate. Time spikes right, alt. Then go to this one, and then you enable it. And then you do the same one for this one. Wait, isn't there a way to set custom properties on tiles? Can I simply like have a custom property? Is that a thing? Or is that only on regular tiles? Tile set. Scenes collection properties. Tile properties, scene. Display placeholder. Alright, never mind. I guess not. I guess they only apply to regular tiles. Alright, then we have timed spikes. This one. Duplicate time spikes alt. Okay. And then this one, which one? Time spikes alt. Is active true. And then what? And then, no, I think the issue is that if I put them, if I visualize them in the inspector, they may all start off being lowered, and I will not be able to tell which one is not lowered. Maybe. I would need like a different color for them. We got time spikes alt, and time spikes left alt, and time spikes right alt. We got time spikes alt is here. And this one. Yeah, they look the same. I need some sort of distinguishing factor so that I can tell that these ones are actually, nope, cannot call method play on null value. Sprite play, sprite is null. What do you mean sprite? What do they mean sprite is null? Time spikes.gd. What? What are they talking? What are they talking about? Is active setter. Is it because I defined them? Should I like define this lower? Is that what it is? Oh, it's because this thing happens before this thing exists. Is there a way to only set this when it's ready? Is that a thing that I can do? So the issue is that this thing gets called. Why was it working before now? Why does this not work now? The issue is that this thing gets called. The sprite has not been instantiated. But I would like this thing. I guess I could have it so that if sprite. But then what though? But then what? Is that what I want? Is that what I want? Does that even make sense? I'm dying. Okay, so these are now offset in such a way that makes sense. That works. That is totally fine. However, I would like to be able to see which ones are there, which ones are enabled. And I think a way I could do that is I could set this thing to be a tool. If I go here, let me do, what is it, @tool or something? So this will run in the editor. If you have set it to be raised, then you do this. And then I think it should just work, maybe. Does that work? I don't know if it does. What if I just have to set it? Okay, so we got time spikes alt. If we were to do this, it is not running the code. Maybe because I didn't save it. No. Why not? I thought this would run. Is if active. If sprite play. Sprite is playing. Animated sprite 2D. We should autoplay sprite lowered. Is that what it is? Is that the reason? We go here. We disable. We enable it. It doesn't work. Time spikes is there. Wait, why is this time spikes alt? Is that what I meant? Is what is this? Times. Oh, this one should be okay. I see. I should be deleting. Let's delete this one. Delete this one. Duplicate this one. Timed spikes alt. And then this one here. Wait, why is this? Huh? Wait. This one is here. This one, it's using the previous one that existed. Let's close this one. Okay, that's what I want. Time spikes. And then this one, you set the rotation to be 0. Okay. But why? Oh wait, it works. Why didn't it work before? Okay, so this works. And then you got this one as well over here. Okay, that works. And this one also works. All right, so they should now tell me the thing. Are they telling me the thing? Time spikes regular. This one does not exist. What is this? Let's remove this one. Get this one out of here. Okay, we add time spikes alt. And then, hey, what the heck? Is it because I didn't save? Is that what it is? Saving. World. What is that? What's that about? What if I saved? What if I then saved? What if I deleted these? What if I added them back? But they're not showing. They're not showing. Also, why are they above the ground? What the? Why are they above? Oh god. Oh, what the? Okay. We have been stuck in a desolate. Wait, they show up as above the ground here. But they don't in the other one. In the real view, they don't. What's the deal with that? This is quite annoying, actually. How do I fix this? How do I even fix this? I don't know. I am not aware of a solution to this problem. But I will have to determine. Why am I talking like that? Actually, I have to determine the solution to this problem. Is it because they're not aligned with the pixel? That maybe there's a slight pixel offset? I think there, wait a second, I think there is. Didn't I like resize? Didn't I move these things around somewhere? Timed spikes right here. We have the animated sprite 2D collision shape. No, that's fine. It's totally fine. So what's wrong with this one then? Why is this one not even this? If this thing is a tool, if we set the active status, it does not show it in the way that I want it to. What if I remove tool? Maybe I just have to remember. What if I just remember which one is which, huh? Okay, okay, you stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that, man. It's too much. Okay. It's fine, right? That's fine. This is actually totally fine. If sprite play, spikes raised. If active, else spikes lowered. True, so true. He is always saying this. I guess maybe I could add like a little thing that's only for debugging purposes. Is there like a node that only shows up in the editor? Node 2D. Godot. Node that only shows in editor. How do I make a helpful editor only node? Make your node a tool script. Have it do some custom drawing. But at the end of the draw function, make a return if is editor hint is false. Okay, so maybe what I do is something. Just don't have that node render to the camera. Use layers. Engine is editor hint. Create child sprite node or something. half the game runs in the editor with the debug I need. Option to set a node as editor only. That's what I want. Close? Was this merged? Or was this closed as completed? I hate when this happens. GitHub changed like the color for things. It used to be closed as like they used to reserve the purple button for close as resolved, I think. Now it's just closed in general, and they have to like read through the comments to see if it was like accepted or like redirected to something else. Okay, this one. Close is not planned. What the what the heck? No, hey, this is the same guy who was on that other thread. What the heck? He's a member. Alright, well, I guess I could add a thing that draws. Let's see, we got function draw. If is editor hint. Is it editor? What's it called? Editor hint and paste. Editor engine is editor hint. Okay, so if you are the editor, then how do you draw a rectangle? Draw rect. It could just be we could draw a timed spike. Wait, is this a timed spikes? No, this is the time spikes. Okay. Draw rect. If is editor hint and is active, then you draw a rectangle that is equal to the collision shape dot rect. Is that a thing? Collision shape dot shape. Collision shape dot shape, which is necessarily a rectangle, right? Is it? What is shape? What is collision shape dot shape? Godot collision shape. Collision shape 2D. And then has dot shape 2D. Shape 2D. Shape 2D dot get wrecked. Oh, get gamers. That's actually so funny. Get wrecked gamers. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Collision shape dot shape dot get wrecked. Color. It'll be in red. Color dot red. Maybe like, yeah, red. It's a good color. Rebecca purple. Oh wait, this was added for a reason. I remember the lore behind this. Rebecca purple. It's like someone, this is like the creator of like CSS, his daughter passed away or something, right? Rebecca purple. What's the lore of this one? The hidden purple memorial in your web browser. Rebecca had passed away from like brain cancer or something. And then there was like, what was this one? It's a daughter of CSS standards pioneer Eric Meyer. So now you know, if you see Rebecca purple, it is a tribute. We're gonna use red though. Red. Draw rect. Filled. Does this work? Does this work? If you go back to the world. Oh shoot, guys, it does work. Okay, so now we know the spikes that have red on them are the ones that are active. Isn't that so cool? You can write code that runs in the editor. Okay, but I want it to be like transparent though. Draw rect. Godot, draw rect. Oh wait, no, there's a way to apply transparency to the colors, right? Color Godot color transparency. Alpha color. I guess I could just do how do you make a new color? Godot color, godot color, Godot color, and then what? Color. What is the constructor? Okay, it's just this. Color, okay, so we do color RGB. So red 1, 0, 0, and then this is alpha 0.5. It's not showing up like that. What about 0.2? Why is it not showing up? Why is the color Godot draw rect? Draw rect. Draw. It's called only once, and then the draw commands are cached. Oh, they're cached and remembered. If redrawing is required because something changed, you have to call Q redraw. Okay. 0.5, and then what? And then whatever. We're not gonna need to change this. If I just reload the project, it should show up in a lighter shade of red, a slightly transparent red, perhaps. There we go. Okay, we got it. Well, that's nice. We have figured out some of these spikes out here. All right, so maybe the next room, or we could put it in this room. We could also add it to some previous rooms. Is there a case where I would add it to a previous room, perhaps? Maybe one of these rooms? I could consider adding it to this room. You know, let's do that. Let us do that right now. Okay, so we take the player, put them in this room, and then we go to obstacles. We then are going to add a timed spikes right alt over here. And then this will require them to time their jumps. Oh, look at that. Okay. And then maybe one on the other side as well. Time spikes right. Spikes are here. Time spikes left is regular left, not left alt, just regular left. Maybe that room with the elaborate sequence of bouncing mushrooms. True, I could consider doing that. Oh wait, this is impossible. You can't do that. Because then you'd have to be in the air right as that happens. It's not possible. This is not doable. You would need to... Wait, how would that work? You would need to make that jump like immediately. Time spikes right. Yeah, they would need to be... Sorry, left alt. It would need to be like this. Oh. Nope. wait. Okay, that's kind of stressful. I feel like maybe they should be offset a little bit. Like, there should be some time when they're both off. Because otherwise, then it's impossible. Okay, so let's go to our script. Timed spikes script. right, so let's see. Should we have a time? Instead of having timer, we have a on time active should be like 1. Wait, would that even work? No, it should work. Yeah, time active 1.4 seconds, and then time inactive should be like a bit longer, so like 1.7. Yeah, 1.3 and 1.7. And then instead of just setting this thing, so if you have set active, then what? We should set the timer to not be, what's the word for it? Autoplay or whatever. It should be a one shot. Go to time spikes. The timer should be a one shot timer, and then we will manually set it. Okay, so we go to time spikes, script. Also, stream is going to end very soon. Okay, so if is active, then timer.start. So if it is active, time active. Wait, does this set the maximum time? Or does it set the current duration? Starts the timer or time, what does that say? Time second is greater than 0. It's used for the wait time. Okay. I think that's what I want. Time active if is active, else time inactive. Okay, so then on reset, we should also do the same thing. We should also set timer. Gotta be doing this stuff. Oh wait, no, I guess this would be handled by this. We don't need this. Okay, so timer start, time active, if it's active. Sure, I think that works. And then we could reset this because it's not being used. On ready, we need an on ready, which will set this the first time. On ready. Sorry, that's not what I meant. We meant function ready is active equals is active. Is there a way to have this be done? I just want to trigger this setter, but that's fine. Maybe, I assume this will work. Okay, then we go back. We want to test whether this will work. We go to our world. And then we have these obstacles. We're going to have one of these be not on immediately. Time spikes left, but not alt. Let's see if, they're playing. They're moving in the editor. Cannot call method start on a null value. If timer. Okay. Okay, so they're both. Wait, that's kind of confusing. Wait. Actually, I don't know about this. It's kind of tricky. It's actually, I don't know. Okay, I'll have to think about this. But, you know, we made some good progress. Let me commit this code. Git status. Git add entities. Add time spikes. Alright, now I have to wait for this to sync to my main computer. It'll take a few seconds. I'm going to continually run git log on my main computer. And then once that has been synchronized, I will we'll find out what day it is. We'll raid someone. If it added up to an integer, it might be easy to make a variety of offsets that lined up like this. You drew an entire diagram, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. I see, if you had like, I see, I understand. I feel like that'd be kind of hard to like visualize though. I guess it would make sense. Anyway, hold on. Git log. Okay, time spikes have synchronized. Let me now close my computer. And by close, I mean shut down. Ooh, what is this? This is new. We haven't seen this one. What is this? Aurora Borealis. At this time of day. Over Lofoten, Norway. Wow. This may be one of the prettiest ones. Well, I can't talk. Wolfie, I need to end stream. This may be one of the prettiest ones we have seen. Anyway, okay. Yes, localized entirely on my desktop. Alright, what day is it? Let's find out. Good Friday. International Jugglers Day. Linemen Appreciation Day. National Animal Cracker Day. Exercise Day. Lydia Day. Pinata Day. Velociraptor Awareness Day. Good Friday. Pet Owners Independence Day. World Amateur Race. Oh, Marbles Day. Marbles Day. Jurassic Quest. There's Bad Friday. You would think that Good Friday would be Bad Friday, because that's the day that they crucified Jesus, right? Because, like, I talked about this. It's like the fact that they crucified him, you know, if they crucified me, I'd be like, that's not a Good Friday. It's like the day he came back is a good day, right? I don't know. Maybe there's some meaning behind it. I don't know. I'm not religious. Let's do World Marbles Day. Maybe. Do I even have a good emo for World Marbles Day? I don't think so. What about National Pinata Day? You could post like Walfa's fight and then like is there like a pinata like emote? Maybe. Let me check. Pinata emote. There is a pinata emoji. Wait, is this new? I don't remember this one. Oh, there's also a Fort Llama. Is that one? Okay, you can use one of those. National Pinata Day Raid. Someone can type the raid message. I'm going to see who's streaming. Twitch.tv. Fort Llama. Oh, is that like a subscriber? What is that emote? That's a Prime emote. Okay, you might not have access to that one. You can post the default emoji that Hamplo posted. Was that one? Pinata? One of those. Alright, who am I gonna raid? Twitch.tv. We got people streaming. Okay, of these people who are streaming. Hey, wait a second. This person's doing exercise. Oh, they're not streaming. They just ended their stream. Someone was doing Ring Fit Adventure, and it's like exercise day. Welcome, Alto. You missed everything. You missed everything. Vac was here. I needed to pretend like nothing was happening. Okay, who do I raid today? Ulo Slab? What's he doing? He's always doing something wacky. What about if I raided, what about this person? What's this person doing? She's lurking. What if she has seen the other streams that have been doing game dev? Okay, we're gonna raid Davi, La Avispa. She's playing Rayman Raving Rabbids / raid. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow with some variety gaming. We're gonna have connections. We're gonna have crosswords, and other things. What other things? I don't know. Something, some kind of game, perhaps. Perhaps some type of gaming. Or maybe not. What if there's some horrible accident? No, I should not say that. I do say that I'll be back, but you know, there's always a chance that I'm not. But I shouldn't say that. Like, although it is true, I should not be saying these things. It's gonna be fine. Everything totally fine. Nothing. I will not die tomorrow. Okay, I should stop talking. I should just not say things. Good way to close the stream, guys. What if I get really sick? What if I just get really sick tomorrow, huh? That will not happen. I will be totally fine. I'll be here 3 p.m. Eastern time. I will see you next time. Goodbye.